Good morning, good afternoon, good evening guys. Welcome to Talkin, Chris is Talking, and this is the first of my Megalo box reviews, and this is one of the first series I'm reviewing in spring anime 2018. If you guys are interested or intrigued as to what I will be reviewing / reacting to this season, then I have left a link around here somewhere if I can even figure out how to fucking move my hand, and that will literally let you know it's the full goddamn list. It's a long video letting you know exactly all the different animes I will be reviewing. So if you're watching this video, you're like, I like the video but I'm not sure whether I'm going to be liking these other videos, check out that video and it will let you know what's going on. And that is for my new subscribers. For those 100 new subscribers since the past 2 weeks since Dragon Ball Super, this will also let you know whether you want to kind of continue sticking with me and what I will be reviewing. So enough of that bullshit. As this is the first episode of this series, this episode did kind of focus quite heavily on exposition in the world that they're living in. A lot of character kind of like a little bit of character development-ish with the main character, and with the main character we didn't actually get a name for him, and I felt like this was done quite well, and it kind of left us wanting to know more about the main character whilst also seeing a slight bit of his psyche and his behavioural decisions and just how he is pretty much. And that is one thing I can definitely say that this series did very well with the first episode and with the introduction of the main character. We did get to see his immediate rival, so straight off the bat we get to see his rival, and the rival was some guy called Yuri, who's supposed to be the #1 boxer in their world. So in their world there's this whole Megalo box tournament thing that's going on right now, and it's basically with the best boxers out there in the world in the top regions. They all come together. Whoever wins out of the 4 regions, then that person becomes a Megalo box tournament winner, if that kind of makes sense. And the current winner is Yuri, not Yuri on Ice. And we haven't really got to know much about Yuri, but we did get to see a glimpse of his personality as well. And I can definitely say this episode really left us wanting to know more about the main character, more about his rival. And I say rival loosely because we don't even know whether the main character is strong enough to be the rival's rival, purely because we got a nice bit of exposition on the TV right in the first 5 minutes of the episode about what was going on with the Megalo box tournament and who the current tournament winner is, and it was all about Yuri. So as the episode goes on, they end up bloody bumping into each other, almost have a confrontation, and they don't, and the episode ends with them having a confrontation, but it leads into next week's episode where they will actually be fighting each other. And that's a great way to get the audience involved with a brand new series, because you don't want to give everything out in the first episode, just because it's like, then what will we get in the next episode? And so far, for 20 minutes of exposition, world building, character development, letting us know about the art style and more about just what this world is, I can honestly say they've really grasped my attention. They've hooked me hook, line and sinker, and I will definitely be doing reviews for this next week, purely because I'm just hella intrigued. Now what I also do want to go into is the aesthetics of this episode. Now this series is done by, write this down somewhere, TMS Entertainment, and I personally myself haven't really heard of them, purely because the series that they've worked on, I haven't really watched most of them, if any of them at all, but they have done a whole bunch of Yomichi Pedal movies, as well as a whole bunch of Detective Conan episodes, and I think movies as well as a crazy amount of other animes and movies as well. All the information for the works that TMS Entertainment have worked on is going to be either on my anime list or on any other series as well. Just type it in on Google and you can find out what to do. But I bring this because a few things which I wasn't really kind of like about was some of the decisions. Some of the decisions that were chosen for the animation or just kind of for art style. Now the art style itself isn't an issue. I actually really liked it, and I felt it was more of a breath of fresh air, especially as so many series right now are either trying to be hella high quality and then they have a really bad plot, or they're trying to be extremely stylistic, and because of that they also have a really bad plot. Or they just go straight CGI to get us intrigued with whether, I don't know, not intrigued is the wrong word, but more of to get us curious with how the animation is going to be, and then end up making us feel like shit. So I say this, I say that not loosely, but I bring this up because some series like Ajin, great story, great plot, but then the CGI is kind of like, was in Berserk, the CGI is just shit. But then they had to try and make it controversial, I personally believe, to get us kind of watching more to see whether the next episode is going to be any good. Or it brings around a conversation to the series. And you know what they say, all publicity is good publicity. But bringing that to this series, I thought the artwork was just nice. It was subtle. The artwork was subtle. It gave off that old 90s vibe anime that I remember growing up watching. A lot of the Cowboy Bebop kind of styles. Very like, I don't know, very captivating. And some of the colours are quite dull. Even the bright colours somehow happen to be slightly toned down as well, and I felt like this really added to the aesthetics of how this series looked. But what I do want to say I didn't really find that interesting or thought slightly lazy was the background images didn't really move, if at all. And for the first episode, you think that the budget would be quite a bit up there, meaning that they'd be able to kind of, I don't know, give me what I'm used to watching from bloody Madhouse and Witch Studios. But hey, obviously not every studio is like them, but I do like to see things in the background moving. I just feel like it kind of keeps the pace going nice and fluid, whereas in some parts of this episode, I was kind of like, oh, this is nice, and then they just showed the background and the clouds stayed still, and I was like, all right, you could have at least done something here. Very small gripes. As I mentioned throughout this review, I actually really did enjoy this episode quite a lot. I'm very intrigued as to what's going to happen next week's episode. I feel like the MC is going to fail, get his ass whooped, but the he's not protagonist, but his rival is going to accept him as somebody who's strong and is going to say to him, come meet me at the top. Basic shonen tropes. Anyways, apart from that, what did you guys think of this episode? Let me know your thoughts down below. I've been seeing a lot on the interwebs that this is basically real still cross Hajime no Ippo, and I'm like, I guess so, but there's no storyline at all connected with Hajime no Ippo. Real still, yeah, quite a lot. Also, I don't really get why the hell they have all these mechanical things to do the boxing when you can just go boxing. But when we got to see Yuri's bloody like mechanical stuff, it looked like Tony Stark built it for him fresh. So I'm intrigued to see where that's going to go. And if you also want to know how many times I said intrigued in this video, do let me know in the comment box as well, because I'm fucking, I don't know. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do want more reviews like this every Friday, I'll be pumping out videos like this. Mostly Fridays and Sundays are when you'll be getting reviews from myself. I do make reviews throughout the week, but Fridays and Sundays are my days off, so those are the days that you will get guaranteed videos. So if you definitely want to see some content from myself Fridays and Sundays, or just share it and all that good stuff, and I will see you guys soon. Otu, Chris is talking. Peace. I feel like some Sailor Moon chick. Peace.